good evening, and good evening. This is your favorite marital and family therapist, Dr. Garrett, making a Saturday evening house call to you and your family to enlighten you to become the greatest version of yourself. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Faith in Existence Ministries and LLC. My content is designed to help move self out of the way. The greatest client I ever faced with being able to enact change is the person who I see in the mirror. You looking at a boy who spent half of his life as a boy, selfish, narcissistic, self-centered, thinking it is all about me. But when I came in contact with sweet Jesus and reading this Bible, I understood clearly what it means to be a man. A man is a one-woman person. You take all of your energies by God's might, by God's power, by God's spirit to elevate, stimulate, relax, and create an environment for that woman to shine. She should not be shining by putting up makeup, getting on tattoos, get on a wig and extensions or anything like that. She's shining because every word that comes out your mouth, it makes her spiritually pregnant. When a woman is pregnant, she is glowing. Every man is full of seeds, and the seeds are given to germinate in a woman, so she brings out life. So when you are holistically inclined to elevate her, stimulate her, strengthen her, to persevere, to endure through life trials, every word that comes out your mouth, and she knows that you have her best interest in mind, is going to elevate her to greater heights. Men are givers, women are receivers. We fit together like a glove. There is nothing that's more romantic than a woman desires her husband and a husband desires his wife. This video is inspiring not only for me but also for all my clients. So if I'm able to enact change in my clients, then I know I have already enact change within myself, and vice versa. Every client who I have counseled, I learn a little piece of myself. So as I inspire my client, I inspire myself. As I endure, my clients endure. I meet my clients where they are to take them where we need to go jointly, collaboratively. And the greatest text I love and I often recite it in my videos is Zechariah 4:6. Change occur not by my might, nor my client's might, not by the client's power or my power, but by God's Spirit. This is the order in heaven. Wherever God speaks, that's a commandment. Jesus creates and the Holy Spirit gives life. And there is hope in everyone. The Spirit is in everyone, but it needs to be activated, reactivated. And a voice, a word, a letter that is holistically inclined to lift up someone with unselfish love can lead them into victory with conquering themselves based on the acronym LOVE. Living out victory every day based on living in victory every day. So as I learn more about myself, what it means to be a man, this is what Paul says: when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So a man does things in reverse. He thinks, right? He understands, then he speaks. He thinks because the words that come out of his mouth should be edifying, not only for himself and for others, to give God the glory. So you think So you understand, and you understand that you have a purpose to lift up that person, to be solution focused, and you speak words that are going to enlighten them. So the greatest person for me to counsel is myself. And here's the challenge I say for myself. Today, at approximately 10:52, I should be a better person who I was at 10:51. Always looking to elevate yourself. The Mamba mentality. You create an environment so you can shine, so you can allow others to shine. These degrees that I have behind me doesn't mean nothing if I don't figure out a way by God's desire, by God's Spirit, through Jesus, how I can meet others where they are, so I can take them where they need to go, to help others to become the best version of themselves, not by my might nor my power, but by God's Spirit. So there needs to be a lot of tools in my toolbox. So when I'm listening to understand, as opposed to listening to react or respond. Listening to understand, to figure out how can I use the client's strengths. We all have strengths to help them to overcome their issues. Paul says we are more than a conquerors. Now, the purpose of this video is for men and women to wake up. This video is for mature people and to understand the significance and the differences between men and women. Nowadays, you have a lot of fun girls. An immature man is a fun boy. An immature woman is a fun girl. And nowadays, Satan has subliminally and systematically have women believing that they are equal with men. Men, a lot of boys like to sow their oats. You're looking at one. You think that you're being a man by having a whole lot of girlfriends and doing this and that. You just an immature boy, have not known what it means to take care of a woman. So when you do have a good woman, you don't have the tools to keep her safe, protected, and provide for her, because you're only used to going out there and messing around with any woman, any girl that you see. So nowadays, a lot of fun girls desires or have a lot of body counts, just like a fun boy. And what happens is, when you get all these body counts, whether you are a man or a woman, is going to mess up your decision making process, because you are guided by your feelings as opposed to your intellect. Now, here is something that's really thought-provoking. So put on your gospel seatbelts and listen to this. A man's DNA or a fun boy's DNA can change a woman or a girl's DNA. A man or a fun boy's DNA changes a woman's DNA. This is why it's so important for a woman, to the best of your ability, to only save yourself until you get married. The greatest gift that you can give a man is a pure body. To the best of your ability, keep yourself pure. This is what keeps you on the sexual market when you do not have a lot of body counts. This is what keeps you attractive. But when you have a large body count, not only does it messes up your emotions, but it messes up your intellect. Let me explain. There's a term called fetal maternal microchismism. Fetal maternal microchismism, MICROCHIMERISM. Fetal maternal microchimerism. When a woman is pregnant, right? I'm only going to assume that nowadays married women are getting pregnant, but the truth of the matter, a lot of young girls are getting pregnant. But check this out. When a woman or a fun girl is pregnant, the cells of the baby migrate into the mother's bloodstream and then circle back into the baby. after the baby is born, many of the cells stay in the mother's body, leaving a permanent imprint in the mother's tissue, bones, brain, and skin, often staying there for decades. So if a fun girl or a woman have a large body count and you're using unprotected sex, the man's seed, the man's DNA, multiple men's DNAs is in your body, and you wonder why you are emotionally distraught. You may have mental health symptoms. You may have conflict resolution skills. Sometimes you may not know if you're going and coming because that man's seed, that fun boy seed, is permanently in your body. And a lot of men have dysfunctional genes within them, permeating from unresolved family of origin experiences. So it is in you permanently. This is why women, young ladies, open up your mind and understand to keep yourself pure. The best way to change society is to eliminate pregnancies when the woman is not pregnant. You should not be carrying before you're married. It's time to wake up. Aged women, educate the young woman about preserving their bodies. I'm taking a really strong stance of educating my young brothers to preserving themselves to get married. Save yourself, because you have a responsibility not only to yourself, but changing the dynamics in your family. What's working in your family regarding marriage between a man and a woman, make it better. If something about the relationship is not right, you make it better. If something's good, make it better, preserve it, and enhance it. Right? It's time for us to strengthen our marriages, strengthen the family, strengthen our neighborhoods, strengthen society, strengthen community, and most importantly, strengthen the nation. But it starts with you and me, the person who we say in the mirror. This is what makes me different from all my colleagues, because I use everyday life experiences through the Bible to help us see the bigger picture. A famous theologian, his name is Karl Barth, Bath, and he says that we should have the Bible in one hand, the newspaper in the other hand, and we compare the newspaper worldly events to the Bible. So wake up and be sober, be vigilant, because Peter tells us the enemy as a roaring lion walking to and from the earth, seeking whom he can destroy. I hope this video is invigorating for you. Educate the young men and the young women about preserving their bodies, because we need to make a change not only within ourselves, but in the younger generation. Subscribe, like, and please share your comments. Once again, I'm Dr. Garrett of Faith in Existence Ministries and LLC, and the acronym for FAITH stands for Families Are Important Transformational Habitation. Be blessed and have a great evening.